In this lecture, we're going to go ahead and talk about the differences between Zuul bad and Zuul good. Give me a moment while I open this up for you. I already have Zuul good open, or better rather. They're very similar in their overall construct, but they do have a couple minor changes that they've done to make one more object-oriented and more friendly. If we go through the game method in Zuul bad, we look at when they create rooms, and right now, or set the exits, they have null, theater, lab, pub, null, null, no, outside, null, outside office, null, all these nulls, right? And this isn't exactly efficient because they're locking it into a code implementation. In the better version, notice I say better because there's no such thing as perfection when it comes to this. I'm sure I'm in the same method. That was game, excuse me. In game, they go ahead and do the same thing, right? But they create outside new room, and then they set an exit as east, south, west. Theater has an exit. This allows you a much more flexible implementation. Instead of hard coding with variables, they've actually gone through and implemented with an array list. So that's one example of better code development, better modularization, and adhering to the principles that we've talked about. So that's really key. When you look at room, right, so we're in Zuul better right now. Room now, when you get to exit, uses a hash map, which is a little more efficient implementation. Let's go and look at Zuul bad at room. Okay, and notice how they have a variable for north exit, south exit, east exit, west exit, very hard coded, very inflexible, and basically what they do is if it's null or if it's not a null, then they basically set it to that value. Very hard coded, very inefficient in the way you're doing that, because think about now, if I want to add a northeast exit in this implementation, I've got to go modify code, I've got to go through a bunch of other stuff, I've got to change definitions. Everywhere this has ever been called, I have to change, where in this implementation, I would simply add another exit. And the base code wouldn't have to change, this wouldn't have to change at all, because it's already capable of handling that. This is just an example of some of the difference between Zuul bad and Zuul better. If you go through the other methods and classes, you won't notice too many other things, but that's one of the ones that stuck out the most to me and is an example of better coding practice. This is simply designed better, more efficiently, and allows for better expansion in the future. Those are the things that you want to code for as a good developer. I also want you to remember to use this code base, Zuul better, as your code base for exercise 8.401. Hopefully this was helpful to you, and hopefully you'll see some differences. Spend some more time and send me questions if you have them. Thank you.